Welcome to Shared Roamings. Our channel is dedicated to sharing travel experiences for the benefit of all.
Hello. In this video, we want to share with you our experience sailing and docking in the Tempozan cruise terminal in Osaka. In November of 2024, we sailed in the Norwegian Spirit and it docked in Osaka for a day, and it docked in this area called Tempozan. And we docked in the Tempozan cruise terminal, which was right beside the Tempozan Ferris Wheel. This is a huge Ferris wheel with amazing views of Osaka, and due to its size, it will probably take about 30 minutes to complete one whole circle on the Ferris wheel. Also, right beside the cruise terminal across the bay is Universal Studios Japan. This is a very popular place for tourists to visit. So if you're here for a cruise stop, this can be one of your cruise excursion options. And there are a lot of other things that you can do close to the actual port. Here, this is where the ship actually docks, and I'll show you a video from the ship showing the side of the port as it's docked. If you want to explore Osaka, it won't be too difficult to find either a cab, a bus, or take the train from Osaka Station, which is a very short distance from the actual port itself. Here, we're going to look at where Osaka Station is and look at how to get to it from the port area. If you were to walk from the Ferris wheel, the Google Map shows that it would only take you a 6-minute walk to get there. Once you're at the Osaka station, you can then take a train or a bus to different parts of Osaka and explore from there. Here's a view of the actual Ferris wheel and the port area from our ship, the Norwegian Spirit. It was a rainy day, so we decided to just walk around the immediate shopping area right beside the Ferris wheel and the port to see what was there. You can see that from here it's easy to hop on the Ferris wheel if you were interested in it and maybe take a 30-minute ride. There were also buses and taxis that were stopping by this port area. This is the actual mall that was right there in front of the ship, and it was nice to go around and just be able to look inside to see where the Japanese were shopping. It was a weekend, so there were a lot of families in the mall itself. One thing you'll find in this mall is that there are a ton of places to eat. They have a lot of both Western and Japanese restaurants. And you can see here that they have the traditional Japanese food that they have displays of. Really, really good selection. You also have a Taiwanese restaurant that was here. And here's the food that we got in one of the local restaurants. It was quite decent and pretty affordable as well. They have KFC, so for those of you who love fried chicken, especially KFC, you can try the Japanese version. It was a very popular place for crew members to go as well. And they have the buckets, they have the sandwiches, and they have your normal KFC choices. It's worth a try if you want to try how KFC tastes overseas. So for a lot of these restaurants, you have to order, and then when you get your food, they give it to you in a tray. And when you're done eating, you have to bring the tray and your dishes back to the specific restaurant that you got it from. So one of the designs inside was of an old train station, old street type of area where you can walk around and get traditional bento boxes and Japanese food. It's unfortunate we couldn't try more than one meal that visit, so if I had the chance, I'd definitely try all the restaurants I can there. He had all kinds of shops, like this one that sold swords that you could select from. There were a lot of souvenir shops, a lot of places where you can buy different desserts to bring back with you for gifts. In this particular case, for those of you who may be interested in swords and daggers, they had these types of products here. You could buy them with a stand as well. And just very, very nice craftsmanship. And you could use Google Translate if you wanted to kind of read more about the background of the swords that they sold here. They also show which countries allow the import of swords either through baggage or shipping. One thing they also had here was a Legoland. So if you're into Legos or have kids with you, this may be one of the areas you explore inside the mall itself. You could find a lot of different unique pieces that you could probably find just in Japan. So definitely highly encourage you to visit this if you're into Lego. Hopefully you enjoyed this brief overview of the area around the Tempozan Osaka cruise terminal, where the Norwegian Spirit stopped, and maybe some other cruise ships as well as the Ferris wheel right beside it, the Tempozan Ferris wheel, and the Tempozan Harbor Village, the shopping area or the mall right beside the Ferris wheel. We hope that you have a chance to visit this beautiful port and not just visit the Ferris wheel and the mall, but the rest of Osaka and all it has to offer. Wishing you all happy and safe roamings.